Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Harne podcast. Now, I have a very different episode for you today, and let me explain why. Usually, post MBA, students find job in a corporate environment. But my guest today has taken the path less traveled and works on a farm in Canada post his MBA. He is my batchmate, Hitarth Shah. Now, why did he make this choice? How is his life post MBA? And what can we learn from his journey? We will unpack all these questions on today's episode. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, like this video, leave us a comment down below, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Now let's dig into this conversation. Hello, Hitarth. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. It's an absolute privilege to talk to you because you have a very diverse and a very interesting background. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Raghav. Yeah, it is good to be here at a platform where a lot of our classmates have been here. So yeah, thank you so much.
All right, let's dig right into it, Hitarth. Please start by telling us a little bit about your background.
So I graduated as an electrical engineer in 2014, and I started working with a government sector firm. Then afterwards, I changed my job to not-for-profit sector, where I was a teacher. And I taught kids, and I worked for addressing a larger cause of solving the educational crisis in India. And from there, I did an MBA from Schulich School of Business. And right now, I am working at a goat farm. I am a business operations manager over here. And apart from that, I'm also a sous chef, where I take care of a cafe.
As I said, very diverse background, and even your current job sounds very colorful. So let me ask you, you said you were working for a government firm. So you had a government job before you switched to a non-profit organization?
Yes, I had a government job before I switched to a not-for-profit organization. It was a very secure and a very good job.
As you said, it was a very secure job. Then what made you switch towards a non-profit organization?
Well, to be honest, I was young. We were just coming out of engineering school with all sorts of aspirations. Obviously, when we graduated, and I wanted to gain some leadership experience while I was working with the government organization. I was also working on ground with many people, managing lots of teams, and it was also need to grow and to climb the stairs to get promoted. So that's when I started looking out for things which will give me leadership experience. Obviously, when you're in a government sector firm, growth is evident, but it is very slow, where you have to wait for 5 to 6 years. So that's when I started to switch gears in my career, and I was looking out for experiences which will give me some different or a creative angle. Apart from that, it will also give me some leadership experience where I'm solving a larger cause, and helping the community, and obviously bringing out some impact through my work. So that's when I decided to join Teach for India. Uh, and obviously, there were conversations with my family where they said the same thing, that it's a very secure job, and what do you think about your future? And during that time, I answered them that always want to grow, and I want to, if not a business degree, but always want to get a master's degree either in engineering or a business administration field. So yeah, that was the drive to leave the government sector job and just jump into something which was challenging.
All right. And then let us go from your non-profit job, non-profit organization job to the business school. So you had gained some leadership opportunities in the job at Teach for India. What
Mhm.
made you pursue a business degree, an MBA from Schulich School of Business? And how did these previous job experiences help you with your admission?
Um, Working with the government sector firm in Baroda, that helped me a lot. Gave me experience on how to manage teams and how to work with people of different levels of skill and how to work with technicians, contractors, and everything. So that was majorly my skill that I brought to Teach for India, where I had good skills in planning and scheduling, and working and building on projects, and bringing outcomes to a goal, or achieving something. So that was the skill that I brought to Teach for India, and getting through Teach for India was also something which I did not expect, because it is pretty hard to they have a rigorous selection process. Uh, so when I got into it, it was an opportunity, obviously, and that's when I was putting myself into difficult situations, and there was an environment where we were put into different we were given different challenges at each and every day, when you have to work with marginal communities in a different in a very uh, resourced challenge background. So that's when you feel that you will be pushing your boundaries in thinking, and bringing out creative solutions. So that was the drive. um, and then obviously, after my fellowship, as it was coming to an end, I was thinking of what would be the next step. Either it was working for different foundations in India, in a higher role, or I could use this skill and again get back to corporate. So that was a safe step. Again, going back to corporates, and obviously that's when the business degree came into picture, and I wanted to pursue an MBA. And so I started looking out for different colleges, and applied to different schools after the not-for-profit experience.
Okay, and then how did you zero in on the Schulich School of Business? And during the admission process, how were you able to convince the interviewer that you will be a good candidate for the business school, because you don't come from a traditional business background?
Mhm. um, Well, I think that is one of the reasons I chose Schulich, because I do not come from a traditional background, and Schulich, you get a lot of opportunities, and Schulich gives a lot of opportunities for to people with different profiles and different backgrounds. Um, but yes, coming back to your question, how did I zero down on Schulich School of Business? I think it was as every candidate, I was also applying to a pool of all the schools, where there were few schools which I made applications to. Schulich School of Business was one of the interesting profile. In fact, York University was one of the interesting attraction for me. Um, Majorly due to the reasons, the business school gave specialization in not-for-profit management, in social sector management, which was headed by, I think, Jeffrey Keystruck, who was the dean at that time. And then another, which was also an interesting area for me, was a specialization in arts, media, and entertainment management. um, so yeah, those were the two areas which I highlighted this in my application, where during my not-for-profit experience, I also worked with theater artists, where I was doing street theater along with all my kids, to spread awareness in the community. And we were taking lots of design thinking projects during that time. um, so yes, I wanted to build on that experience and get expose myself to the world of arts, media, and entertainment management as well. So those two were primarily the reasons why I wanted to come to Schulich. And That's how I showed my interest in my application, building onto my experiences.
Right. And I'm sure with the diverse background which you have, you were able to
Hmm.
demonstrate a lot of leadership and
Hmm.
initiative during your interviews. And you got through
Yes.
Schulich School of Business. All right. So the next question to you, Hitarth, is once you got in, so our first year at Hyderabad was a breeze,
Hmm.
went by very quickly. And
Yes.
then COVID struck March 2020. And after that, you took a very interesting turn again
Hmm.
where you went to a different city and attended classes from there. So we had the option of attending classes online. And I believe you went to Montreal and you attended the classes from there while working from Montreal as well. So what's the story behind that?
Well, there's an interesting story. So yes, I spent my first 4 months in Toronto, and then after that, it was December. It was the time of Christmas, and we were on Christmas break, and that's when things were opening up. So I decided to travel to go to Montreal, which was the closest city, and that's when I made a plan for a week. And after that, I think lockdown happened again because the COVID cases were rising. So I was in the situation where I was in Montreal, and obviously the classes were still online. We were not invited to the classrooms yet. So that's when I decided to look out for opportunities where I can support myself, obviously. And so, yeah, I was working on farms over there, and I was taking my classes from there. um, and it was a very interesting journey as well, because everybody knew over there that I was having my classes. So they were giving me my time and space to do all my homework and my presentations, where I was dressed in a suit on a farm.
Wow, that sounds wonderful, and it's very considerate of people to give you time for yourself to prepare for your classes.
Hmm.
But why did you decide to work on a farm? Like you come from an engineering background, and you
Hmm.
have some experience working for nonprofits as well. So,
Hmm.
what made you work for a farm in Montreal?
Well, I would say if you are coming from the not-for-profit world, you will see that the not-for-profit organizations, they thrive on many volunteers. So obviously, I was looking out for volunteering opportunities. I was not even looking out for full-time jobs or anything. So that's when I came across these opportunities where they wanted help, to set up a garden, to do a greenhouse, and that's what something I like to do. So uh, I just took up the opportunity and went on to look out for it. And a good part was they were offering me room and board on the farm, and it was kind of a 4 months or a gardener's residency program.
Oh, wow.
So yes.
Right. That's again a very nice story over there. But now moving forward, we graduated,
Hmm.
and then you decided to again go work on a farm, which you are working right now.
Yes.
But I believe that's not your first job.
Hmm.
You strictly did not work for a corporate. I mean, you started looking for other avenues, which were not
Yes.
strictly corporate avenues. So,
Hmm.
why that? Why not go? Because usually the mindset is, no, I'll do an MBA, go work for top MNC company,
Hmm.
earn millions of dollars, and get be featured in the Forbes magazine or something like that. But you had a
Yes.
completely different mindset. So, why is that?
Well, I would say it's very easy to aspire for ambitions, like ambitious positions, and go for it. But to be honest, again, I will start with again, the when I was in Montreal, we were going to graduate, so I was looking out for again different things to come near Toronto, and I think that has been a very substantial part when I came to this farm, Haute Goat, which is around an hour east of Toronto. And I think the owners over here who are also very supportive. So they also they are people from Toronto. They are from entertainment business, and the owners, Debbie Nightingale and Shane, both of them, they also acted as mentors to me. Apart from that, they were also giving me, opportunities where I can build on my skills as a business student. So that was something that kept me over here. Uh, and then once we graduated, again I was looking out for, okay, no, I want to go to corporate, and I want to have some jobs which are accounting, bookkeeping, or as a consultant. um, and again, uh, I found a job at a nearby farm which is called Graze and Gather. It's an online aggregator business where it is working again with local farmers who are inculcating practices which are sustainable to the planet. Meaning to say, hydroponics, aquaponics, or they have different innovative practices to grow their meat or their vegetables or the produce. So that was a very interesting job where I was looking after bookkeeping and accounting. I was looking after their financing as well. Apart from that, I also helped with the day-to-day operations of the business. That was the part of my job. I worked there for 6 months, but again, I think the farm over here, there are goats, which is also something that that keeps you going. Obviously, who doesn't like goats? You should also come and visit here.
Sure,
um,
definitely.
but obviously working with animals, and obviously working with people like Debbie and Shane over here, they gave me a lot of support. And apart from that, I'm getting many opportunities where I can use my business skills. One of the recent achievement I would like to share would be, I got nominated for one of the board membership position and at the Port Hope Chamber of Commerce, over here. So
Yeah.
that is also something that we are looking forward to. I think we'll come to know the results of this till the time this episode gets released. So yeah, that's something keeping me over here. But coming back to the question of why I made the choice, and why I do what I do, is I get to follow my heart. I get to cook and feed people. I run a cafe over here. I get to work with animals. One of the major part is this. And apart from that, I also get to take care of the business, where be it working with teams, uh, doing retail. One day I will be managing inventory, working with bookkeeping softwares. Then the next day I'll be doing some newsletters, doing some marketing things. We'll be shooting a lot of videos over here. So yeah, that's a fun part of the job, and that's why it brings relevance to my interest as well. So that is the reason why I'm here.
Thank you, Hitarth, for that answer. And that is not to say that small businesses don't require ambition. You work on a small business right now, and it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of ambition to scale it up to a bigger size. And
Mhm.
the achievement which you listed, that you were nominated on the board right now, so that is a very impressive accomplishment. Congratulations on that. So, Hitarth, could you please tell us how did you find this job? Because I imagine these jobs weren't listed on LinkedIn, or I could be completely wrong. How did you get this job?
Well, I would say definitely you won't find such jobs on normal, job boards, on conventional job boards. But yeah, so coming back to the point where I was looking for, volunteering opportunities, I started looking out for different websites. Just did a Google search, and I came across this website which is called woofing.com, which is, I think it is known as Worldwide Organic Farming. .com, where you get to there is a group of organic farmers, or farms which are looking for work. So that was the exposure that I got into it. uh, and then afterwards, while I was working on farms, when I came to this farm after Montreal, when I came near Toronto, uh, that's when I was looking out for again jobs which were accounting, and which were more more managerial. Uh, but so again, I came back to this farm, and then I think I was in constant conversation with Debbie, who is the owner of this farm, and I was looking out for things which I want to do. Where we had opportunities where I was looking after operations. The business was also growing bigger and bigger at the same time. So we were getting many visitors. We were also building a disc golf course over here. So I would say it was a combination of a lot of things coming together, where the business was growing, and they were looking out for position, who would be interested to do that. And obviously, because I had some experience over here, I wanted to. I was also excited at the same time, on looking at opportunities. One of the things was obvious came, which is not a corporate thing, was running the own cafe, and being a sous chef over here. So you get to. That's the fun part. Um, so yeah, that's how it worked out. It was obviously not on a job portal. It came through a lot of conversations and dialogues with the owners. Probably, I would say you need to build such network where, instead of looking outwards, I started looking inwards, where who are the people whom I can really talk to, and consult that how I can grow after graduating as an MBA student, still make relevant career choices, but still have the fun aspect of it. So yes.
All right. So you started out as a volunteer at your current workplace, and then
Yes.
that role progressed into what it is right now.
Yes, so I started as a volunteer. Again, gardening was something that was my first task over here, and that was we were building garden, and we were also getting more volunteers. So that's when I started getting into roles where I'm working with people, and I'm talking to people, and we are giving tourists a little tour about the garden. We are discussing about how we grow our plants, and how we do sustainable practice sustainable practices. Um, and yeah, while talking to people, I gradually got into leading tourist experiences, and then doing the front of house activities. And then now I am at a role where I am managing a broader aspect, looking after the bigger picture of how to organize events and festivals, and grow more around the things we have at the business.
All right. And if you
Yeah.
could elaborate on what your current day to day looks like, what do you focus on? How does your day look like?
um Well, there is a fun part to it, and there is also a challenging part to it, where every day we say every day on the farm is new, is different. Um, I would say the day starts with job distribution, basically allocating jobs to everyone, then making sure we are prepped up for the visitors. On days when we have special events, or when we have festivals, or when we have disc golf tournaments, that's when I start my day a little bit early, because I want to get some heads up and prep up in the morning. And then gradually it progresses. When on a normal day, I would be working on my computer after 10 o'clock, making sure everything is okay, doing some inventory adjustments, creating new items on my retail store. Yeah, just churning around, and making sure all the reports are being generated okay. After that, the store opens, like the cafe operates till from 10 to 4. So making sure everything is in place for visitors, for all the guests who are coming over here. After 4 o'clock, when the place closes down, I mostly do one of the two things: either go and play disc golf, or go and ride horses. So yeah, that's a very good part of staying on the farm. When we are very close to nature and animals, and you just get to explore everything. or just be out and breathe some fresh air, do some activities, and be active, learn a new sport. So this golf is one of the things which I learned after coming over here. So that is also one of my interest. But yeah, so mostly my day revolves around making sure everything goes in place. Either if my help is needed on the floor, I will be jumping in to help the teams. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That sounds like a lot of job responsibilities. While you were answering, I could see that there were aspects of project management and there were aspects of accounting, operations.
Mhm.
So it seems you have a more entrepreneurial kind of a job. You work as a founder.
Indeed. Indeed. I won't say no to that. And at heart, I am a farmer.
All right. So, but Hita, tell me, after moving from city to a farm, which is one
Mhm.
surprising aspect which you thought you wouldn't like or wouldn't enjoy so much, but you started enjoying it, or something which came as a surprise in your life as at the farm, away from the city?
That's an interesting question. I would say, um, I think coming across people over here in the countryside is it was rather surprising, where people are so humble and so open, whereas in cities you won't find everyone is in a rush and a hurry. So uh, I think coming across the community of people over here in Port Hope, where it is a very small town, but if you go out, everybody knows each other, and everyone is just around, talking to each other, smiling at each other, and everyone will greet you. So I think that's a very humble aspect, which has surprised me. And I think my lifestyle has also become very different as compared to city. We wake up every day at around like 7:30, 7 o'clock, and we make sure that chores are started at 8 o'clock early in the morning. So yes, lifestyle is very different. Surprising aspect is me also, molding myself into this lifestyle, where I couldn't believe that okay, I will be having such a lifestyle. But yeah, in corporate jobs, I think I see my classmates when I visit Toronto. Everyone, like, okay, they wake up around 9 o'clock, and it's a good job on computers for them. So it's pretty different.
Right. And say that tomorrow, if you feel like working in the city again,
Hmm.
and there is an impulse that you want to work
Hmm.
in the corporate environment again, how
Hmm. Hmm.
easy or difficult will it be for you to make that transition?
You ask tough questions today. I would say it will be a mix of both. It will be interesting. I wouldn't say it will be very easy. Obviously, there will be challenges to moving into cities. But I think as you always go for the purpose, and you always look out for jobs where you find purpose. So probably I will be looking out for bringing my consulting side into picture, where I can work with small businesses and help them set up things, and work with entrepreneurs. uh, I can also bring my experience, where I was coaching all the young candidates in the case analysis club, where I had a 200 member club working over there while I was doing my MBA in Toronto, from Montreal, and also when I was in the other city, where I was taking care of all this online. Um, so that was one of the interesting thing, which I will bring to the table when I want to move to the city. And I think this position, where I can be a part of boards, I can be part of arts council, I can be part of festival councils, or the activities which are going on around in the city. I think I will be looking out for those avenues. So yeah, I think that should be my plan. I should write it down.
Definitely. And I believe the last question I have for you, Hitat, is uh, give us a good reason or the best reason, according to you, to visit your farm right now.
Well, I would say definitely come for our special events, our festival, which we call Coachella. And we have our fun ways of doing things where we celebrate all the local vendors, local artisans, local musicians, and come and perform over here. So it's a very nice and vibrant place. We also host lots of festivals over here. So I would say look out for tickets, or I would say I would definitely invite my disc golf friends to come and play around, be a part of the tournament, see how it works. And then apart from that, I would say if anyone wants to volunteer, or if anyone wants to just contribute to a growing business, you can be a part of the little community that we have over here. In summers, we'll be looking out for volunteers for garden. So definitely get in touch with me. um, but yes, yeah, that's. I think one of if you're looking for just one reason, it would be goats. Come for the goats. That's it. Like forget what I'm saying.
All right. And I will link in your LinkedIn profile, your
Mhm.
Instagram handle, and the handle of the farm. I think
Okay.
it's called Hot Goat.
Yes, Haute Goat. He
Hot
pronounces
Goat.
that Haute Goat. Yes,
Hot
and
Goats.
I'm also doing a fundraising activity. I don't know when we will release that episode, but I would also share details with that. Currently, I'm supporting a cause in the community in Porto, which is called Coldest Night of the Year, where all of us walk in February on the February 25th in the city, in the town, and it is to support hopeless people who are outside and they need shelters. So it is just a way to bring people out and feel for the cause of how cold it is outside. So I'm fundraising for it. I will be definitely sharing the link, and I would ask all my classmates and whoever is watching this to please donate to the cause and support me.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Hitarth, for your time. It was lovely speaking with you. And we hope you'll come back again for another episode.
Thank you so much, Raghav. Next time I will invite you to come over here.
And I definitely will.
Thank you.
All right. And that was the conversation with Hitarth. If you enjoyed it, like this video, leave us a comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Until the next time, this is me, Raghavendra Harne, signing off. Take care.